Are the Golden Knights cooked?
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, good morning. This is the Saturday YouTube special Chris and Chris edition of Locked On Vegas Golden Knights. Greetings from a hot and sunny, soon-to-be 97-degree here in Vegas. They're probably still shoveling snow up in Edmonton as we get ready for game number 3. My name is Chris, day one season ticket holder, longtime VGK fan. That's little Chris, my son. He's a hockey player and been with us since season 1, going to T-Mobile Arena as well. Today's show, we're going to talk about our keys to victory. We will give our locks of the night and predictions. But first, we're going to start off with some reasons for optimism, Chris. Okay, follow me. You ready, buddy? You ready? Golden Knights are down 2-0. We're a little nervous right now. It's okay. As fans, we could be nervous. We can still be mad about how things shook out in game number 2. We can still be mad that Braden McNabb, Victor Arvidsson tripped Braden McNabb, possibly knocked him out for a game or the series. We could be upset about that. It's okay. It's okay. But there's a lot of series left. So, Chris, how does a 7-game playoff series work? Easy question. First one to do what?
First, each team has 3 games won, and game 7 basically is possibly the most nerve-wracking game of the whole playoffs.
Okay, good. Yes. Before we get to that point, Chris, how many games do you have to win a series?
4.
Okay. What is the longest a series can go?
7.
Okay. This is game number 2. Everyone in Vegas is nervous right now. Everyone's like writing this team off. Everyone thinks the Golden Knights are cooked right now. Well, folks, I'm here to remind you that never, unless there's something I don't know about, maybe some really weird circumstance happened, but never in the history of NHL playoff hockey has a 7-game series been decided after 2 games. Now, I know this sounds elementary, and maybe this isn't the hard-hitting topics and takes you're looking for, but you spend a few minutes on social media here in Vegas, we're all nervous right now. A lot of locals are writing off the Golden Knights, and in Edmonton, they're thinking if they're going to be playing Dallas or Winnipeg the next series. Well, the Golden Knights, hey, Chris, remember that Colorado series we went to? We sat by the castle that one game.
That was in the playoffs.
That was in the playoffs. So the Golden Knights were down, I believe, going to the third. They were trailing 2-0 in the series, and the Golden Knights came back and won a game. And then you know what they did after that, Chris?
They won the series.
How many more games in a row did they win?
4 or 3.
Well, they won 4 in a row. They won 3 more. Yes, they won 4 in a row. So it's happened before. Okay, let's talk about the 2 times the Golden Knights have played the Winnipeg Jets, Chris. Do you remember how those series played out, buddy?
I have no idea what happens in
the Golden Knights lost the first game, and what happened?
They won the rest.
Exactly. That happened twice against the Jets, buddy. So I just gave Golden Knight fans 3 examples of 4-game winning streaks after facing a loss that the Golden Knights have done. Maybe they've done it more. They've also swept the LA Kings. That was a 4-game winning streak as well. So it's the playoffs. This is why playoffs are the best. I mean, once you get to game 3, every game is just so much more important than the other. And the Golden Knights, if they can find a path to victory tonight in Edmonton, all of a sudden now there's a little bit of doubt in the Oilers' minds. And then if the Golden Knights can get this thing back to level ground, all of a sudden we got a new series coming back to T-Mobile Arena next Wednesday for game number 5. So a lot of Golden Knight fans are nervous right now, and they've just kind of forgotten that this is a pretty good hockey team. We're talking a division winner. We're talking the 3rd best team from a points perspective overall in the regular season. So I think we need to everyone needs to take a step back and relax right now. The Golden Knights were close to earning a victory in a game they trailed by 2 goals in the 3rd period. And they were 1 shot away. There were some dynamite chances in overtime. Of course, recapping a couple things that did happen in that game, Nicholas Waugh did get a 5-minute major. Golden Knights killed it off, Chris. They killed it off, thought good things were going to happen, but it wasn't to be. Of course, we know about the Braden McNabb situation. So some updates on players as far as what's happening for game number 3. No update on Braden McNabb. I would put him as highly, highly unlikely to play tonight for game 3. Pavel Dorofeev did travel, Chris. He's not traveling if there's not a chance he plays tonight and or Monday for game 4. Nicholas Waugh avoids suspension and gets off with a $7,000 fine for his cross-check. I guess player safety felt the 5-minute major and the game misconduct was enough of a penalty, so we're going to move forward. So, Chris, we talked about all the things that happened in game number 2. Coach Cassidy mentioned that, first of all, the team is disappointed. Man, my handwriting is so bad right now. Not discouraged. Disappointed, not discouraged. That was not on purpose, guys. Like literally, that's my handwriting. It's not a napkin. You get an upgraded version of the show on Saturdays. We don't do napkins. We use papers. So disappointed, not discouraged. I think that's the perspective Golden Knight fans need to take right now. Game 2's over. Forget about it. All right, McNabb got tripped. Who cares? It's over. Nicholas Waugh got thrown out of the game. Who cares? It's over. The Golden Knights lost. Who cares? It's over. The focus for the team, the players, the coaching staff, everybody is on game 3. They don't care anything about what happened in game 2. So, Chris, let me ask you a question. Why are you excited for game 3? What makes you excited right now that the Golden Knights, without getting too deep into strategy and things like that, why are you excited for game 3? What makes you optimistic that good things are going to happen tonight?
Well, I haven't watched the highlights from game 2 yet, but as what I'm hearing, it sounds like it was a physical game. I'm kind of looking forward to the excitement tonight. And hopefully we win. We win tonight.
Well, there you go.
That if we don't win tonight, that might not be good.
Oh, listen, there'll be a different take on the Saturday night special or Sunday morning edition of Locked On should something bad happen tonight. But, again, more reasons for optimism from my side, and then we'll get out of this segment here. Both of these teams are too good. All right. To be fair, I did feel that there was not a path that exists where either team would lose both of their home games. Of course, we need that to happen now, obviously. We need the Oilers to drop a couple games at home. But I will back that statement up with the fact that both these teams are too good to suffer a 3-game losing streak in the series. I think the Oilers are a very, very good team. I think the Golden Knights are a very, very good team. I think the margins are pretty thin as far as who has. I mean, obviously the Oilers are up 2-0 right now. Game 1's all Oilers. That's over and done with. But game 2 could have gone either way. We're one shot away from having a different, maybe a different take on this show. So plenty to be optimistic about as we get ready for game number 3 tonight. Coming up next, we will give our keys to victory for tonight's all-important game number 3. Welcome back, the Saturday YouTube exclusive Chris and Chris edition of Locked On Vegas Golden Knights. We're just a couple fans talking today, Chris. I'm not worried about what my accolades are. I'm not worried about anything else. You and I are just a couple fans talking to the VGK fans. Now, that said, Edmonton Oiler fans, a lot of you guys have been watching this podcast. I can tell by the numbers on YouTube. Oiler fans, we appreciate you guys. Little Chris, he wore an Oilers jersey to game 1 on Monday. Don't tell anybody. I won't tell anybody if you don't. But we're just a couple fans here. We appreciate everybody coming to this podcast. We appreciate the Golden Knight fans sticking with us. We appreciate the Oilers fans and any other fan base coming out to see a different perspective on the Vegas Golden Knights. So, Chris, I want to start with you on this one. And you kind of hinted on something in your last take before we came into this segment. What are your keys to victory for the Vegas Golden Knights tonight?
The only thing Vegas needs to win this game today is get past mostly McDavid and McDavid and Draisaitl. In game 1, it looked like we had enough control over them. I still haven't watched the highlights from game 2 yet.
We had control in game 2.
I really need to watch the highlights. But I think if we continue to do a good job at that, we can at least tie the series up.
So, very good perspectives, little man. Yes, the Golden Knights need to limit McDavid's and Draisaitl's influence on the game, which happened. I believe McDavid and Draisaitl needed a fourth period to get on the score sheets. Of course, Draisaitl pots the game winner from McDavid and Corey Perry. A lot of people want to kind of drag Jack Eichel right now. McDavid made him look silly on the last goal, but honestly, McDavid with a full head of steam is virtually unstoppable. Eichel couldn't get his feet moving quickly enough, not because he was out of position, just sometimes the other team executes a great play, and you know what you got to do? You got to tip your cap to him. Tip your cap to him. Show just like you did in your performance the other night. Tip your cap to them. They did a great job on that overtime goal. Nothing Aiden Hill's gonna do. I mean, Connor McDavid was basically if you go back and watch that replay, McDavid was basically celebrating that goal before Draisaitl even scored it. McDavid's stick wasn't even on the ice. What do I tell you, Chris, when you're playing hockey and you're around the net? Where should your stick be?
I mean, you tell me a lot of stuff, so I'm trying to think which
where should your stick be in front of the money zone, Chris?
On the ice.
There you
tell
go.
Me so many stuff, I can't remember which one it is.
No wonder why you didn't score a goal in your first game. Listen, McDavid had his stick up like he was getting ready to celebrate, so it just shows how much faith he has in his ride or die Leon Draisaitl. So game number 3, there's a couple things for me for keys to victory. One, do what they did against Draisaitl and McDavid. Limits their opportunities. Listen, if they get 1 or 2 points, so be it. It's going to happen. You're not going to keep them out of the game completely. At that point, it becomes depth versus depth. Golden Knights' depth scoring hasn't really been necessarily as apparent. Olofsson did have a pair of goals, but power play goals, not necessarily grinding from the second or third line, so to speak. So limit McDavid, limit Draisaitl. It becomes a depth versus depth game. The second thing for me, and possibly the most important part, Golden Knights are losing this series because of their 5-on-5 play or because of Edmonton's really good 5-on-5 play. However you want to look at that. As much fun as the track meet 5-4 game was on Thursday, that's a very tough brand of hockey to succeed against the Edmonton Oilers with. Oilers are going to crush you more times than not when it becomes a 5-4 type of game. So early in the game, I felt the Golden Knights did a good job limiting the Oilers' bomb passes. Those are like long breakout passes, Chris, that come from the defense and leads to an odd man rush or a strong transition through the neutral zone with a lot of speed. I felt the Golden Knights did a good job at kind of slowing that down, but the game kind of got away from them. Golden Knights need to control the neutral zone. I know you don't watch a lot of boxing, but a lot of times you see this more in the heavyweight matches where a boxer's getting a little tired. They just kind of wrap up the other boxer and the ref has to come break it up. It gives both boxers kind of a second to breathe instead of like a UFC fight where they're just, standing toe to toe, punching and kicking each other and stuff like that. The Golden Knights need to slow this game down is what I'm saying. No, I'm not saying they need to be tackling people in the neutral zone, but they need to slow down the Oilers, their time and space. Couple notes that Coach Cassidy had, Chris. Coach Cassidy did mention the Golden Knights were able to get a little better scoring in game number 2 because they were able to stay spread out a little bit more. It gave them more time and space. As a result, it stretched out the Oilers on the defense and made the Oilers have to scramble a little bit. Better positioning is another note that I wrote down. Coach Cassidy says this team's more than capable of winning 3 in a row. Did single out Alex Pietrangelo for all of his playoff experience and all the ups and downs and highs and lows he had. And then now I can finally read my handwriting. Disappointed, not discouraged, Chris. Disappointed, not discouraged. So give me another key to victory, Chris, for you for tonight's game. I got at least one more.
I mean, all you have to do is get shots. The Oilers goalie, which everyone's playing,
Pickard, likely.
they aren't the best goalies in the NHL. So all we need, so if we can get shots, highly likely to score, and as we have to hope whoever's playing for us doesn't play like whoever is in net for them.
So that's where I was going to go with this too, Chris. Aiden Hill did let in a couple of soft goals. He'll tell you that. So we're not going to beat him up for that because it's in the past. Aiden Hill, starting on that side, needs to make his layups. Aiden Hill needs to make a couple of those one more saves that Coach Cassidy always talks about. Calvin Pickard did make those one more saves in the overtime, a couple of point blank opportunities where the goalie just dumped a puck in from distance. Pickard couldn't control it, and they had 2 grade A's. Pickard stopped them both. Full credit for preventing the jailbreak. And not that Aiden Hill should have made the save on Draisaitl in overtime, but that would have been a nice one more save to have. So, I mean, Aiden Hill needs to steal one for the Golden Knights. If Aiden Hill can't steal one, it's going to be tough. And again, let's show respect to Pickard. Pickard's playing great for the Oilers. One of my quotes was, many quotes before the series started. One of my quotes was that yum yum, Calvin Pickard, AHL goaltender, journeyman, Vegas Golden Knights reject. We can even go that far. Golden Knights cut him or traded him right before season 1 started. So, I didn't give enough respect to him, and shame on me for that. He's playing well, so he's earned the respect, and he does have a higher save percentage than Aiden Hill. Aiden Hill is going to need to win the battle of the goaltenders for the Golden Knights to come out victorious, and not just tonight, but in this 7-game series. Coming up next, we have our locks of the night and predictions. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. It is still a lovely Saturday here in Vegas. We are disappointed. We are disappointed. We are not discouraged, right, Chris? Disappointed, not discouraged. We're in a good spot. We're excited for Game 3 tonight. We have our locks and predictions, starting with Tony Cordasco. Tony Dasco says that Eichel and Hertl will be influential in tonight's game. However, Tony has picked the Oilers to win this game 4-3. Tony is on the Edmonton Oilers 4-3 in a close one. Chris, go. What do you see happening tonight?
It's gonna be a close game. Honestly, I have no idea, but at least right now, and this could change tonight, but honestly, I'm saying right now 3-2 Vegas, 2 overtimes. It's gonna be an extremely close game. Yet expect something different tonight.
What 2 players, buddy, are gonna get the Golden Knights to victory for you?
Eichel and Stone. Eichel and Stone, they're definitely gonna be, like I said, the biggest players to help stop McDavid and Draisaitl. And then you have the rest of the, and then you have a lot of the other, basically all the other offense to kind of like be the kind of prevent the puck from getting that front into the neutral zone or whatever.
Eichel and Stone are going to slow down McDavid and Draisaitl. Is that what you're trying to tell the world, buddy?
Yes.
There
Yes.
you go. I like that. And William Karlsson as well going to get a lot of shadow time on McDavid. I do like the move that Coach Cassidy did make by taking William Karlsson off of the line with Eichel and Stone. This is the recipe for success going back to 2 years ago when the Golden Knights defeated the Oil 4-2 en route to their Stanley Cup championship. For me, I am with you, Chris. It's got to be a 3-2 game, Vegas Golden Knights. The Golden Knights need to put up a 5 spot to win this game. That's where it gets difficult because the Oilers are more likely to put up a 6 spot if we get into a track meet up and back type of game right here. So slow the game down. Like you said, a lot of bodies on McDavid and Draisaitl through the neutral zone. Expect some physicality. Expect a lot of things to happen tonight. Desperate Vegas Golden Knights team will prevail in a 3-2 victory. I like Barbashev. I keep calling him Barbashev. I don't know why. It's like like a shaving barbershop, whatever. Anyway, Barbashev, Barbie, we'll call him here. And then I also want to go with Olofsson. Golden Knights power play is working right now. Olofsson is a big reason that is happening. So credit to Olofsson, and hopefully he can contribute not just on the power play, but should there be some 5-on-5 play for Olofsson as well. That is going to do it for the Saturday special edition of Locked On Vegas Golden Knights. This was the Chris and Chris show. Me and my son Chris, we do this every Saturday morning-ish on YouTube. You can catch me and Tony Dasco Monday through Friday on YouTube or anywhere you get your podcast. Big one tonight, like we said, disappointed, not discouraged. Golden Knights have gotten past their Game 2 loss. That means you as well, Golden Knight fans, need to flush that from your memory. Again, big thanks to the Golden Knight fans for checking this out. Big thanks to the Edmonton Oiler fans for checking us out. Big thanks to anyone else in the hockey world who comes across this podcast. For myself, for Tony, for little Chris, thank you very much. Enjoy the game tonight, and thanks for making this your first listen, your team every day.